These scenes are from protests in Georgia against the Russian law. Thousands took to the street in Georgia's capital, concerned about the country's future. Despite objectives, the government's law on transparency of foreign influence was passed in parliament. Independent media outlets and civic society organizations are the main target of the law and will be directly affected by it. Many outlets in Georgia are worried about their future after the Russian law came into effect. One of them is Netgazeti, based in Tbilisi. According to the editor Tazo Kupriashvili, they need donors to sustain independent operations, given that Georgia's media business model doesn't function like in Western countries. The only way to survive is through financial support from Western donors.
Until now it was Open Society Foundation, and there are a lot of small grants from USAID, from Dutch government, European Union, and so on. Business model of media does not work in Georgia like in Western countries, because businesses are restricted to fund, to place advertisement in critical media, in media that criticizes government, and the only way to survive this is to get funds from Western donors.
In this case, hundreds of people will either be unemployed at best or imprisoned at worst.
Netgazeti and Batumelebi are the same company, and if we will be forced to shut down our company, around 30 people will lose work. We asked journalists who wants to work in conditions like this, because it's very stressful, because it's dangerous, and there is a real risk of physical harassment and so on and so on, and absolutely everyone is ready for it.
Currently, independent journalists are exploring avenues to continue their work. Some are considering relocating abroad, viewing it as a viable solution. Conversely, others plan to stay until the threat of imprisonment looms large, adapting a strategy akin to Mariam Nikuradze. OC media journalist Mariam Nikuradze believes this law not only curtails journalistic freedom but also undermines the media landscape in the country, potentially obstructing Georgia's path to the European Union.
If Georgian Dream stays in power, there is probably Georgia is going to follow the path of Belarus or Russia or even Azerbaijan in terms of shutting down the independent media, whether it will be the foreign agents draft law or other laws. I believe that eventually we're all gonna have to leave. If you register, then they are gonna enter your organization, and probably, like, if they want to shut you down, they will shut you down. They don't need any specific reason. If you don't shut down, then the fines are high. Some organizations will not be able to pay these fines, but even if they do, you are forcefully registered, and eventually it means shutting down. So, of course, like, eventually it will mean there will be no independent media.
Donor organizations, however, say they will support independent media until the end. Otherwise, the Russian experience will also occur in Georgia, says the deputy director and media manager of the Civil Society Foundation.
We cannot give you details of how we continue because there are still some unknowns. We don't know exactly what the mandate of the monitoring mission is going to be, but what we know at this point is that we will be getting fines. We will continue with our projects, with our support for media, and not only media, also activists and CSOs. And also we have elections pending, so naturally we are working on that.
Media lawyer Mariam Kokosashvili says that the draft law doesn't include individuals at this point, but only non-profit organizations or media outlets with more than 20% of their income coming from abroad. Such organizations must submit a financial statement to Ministry of Justice each year. If they fail to do so, they will be fined 25,000 laris, After the fine, if they still do not submit the statement, they'll be fined 10,000 laris for each month overdue.
Government can't directly close these organizations, independent media outlets. They can just fine them, and if they don't pay, then state agencies will go and take their properties. This means that they will stop their working, and of course it means the closure, but legally it's not. It does not mean that states close them.
Media organizations have the right to appeal to the court to defend their interests. According to the lawyer Mariam Kokosashvili, we are closely monitoring the situation. The future of Georgia and its media landscape will be determined in the October election. Here, Shayan Halakwi and Khanlar Mehdiev, GPA News.